Hello, and so what you can do is you can select this sector and we'll move this down. Okay, and what we'll do is, and I'll move these sectors over a little bit, put them about right here. Okay, and what we'll do is select this sector, and remember I can't get it very well from here, so I'll go ahead and select this right here, this sector. Actually, select all those sectors. These three sectors got to be selected. Okay, copy it, paste it back in there, and we will put it right about there. Come over here and select, make sure you select those because they're two different textures, and we'll paste it about 16 from that bridge, and then we'll copy and paste that once more, and in this one we'll do the same thing. Actually, it'd probably be better if we just move this 8 from that bridge, and then we'll do the last one 8 from the bridge. And I'll move this down. Okay. Paste and put the last one. Oh, see, it accidentally connected. Okay. Actually, for simplicity, I'm going to put it right here. It doesn't really matter where you put it as long as you put it in a place that you can get to it really. And then I'll drag and put it right here. Okay, so now we have those three sectors in there, and you can see that by putting your mouse over these. I'll go ahead and go to line mode and switch these and move them back closer to the level so you can see easier. And by going into sector mode, you can see that each one has a 3D bridge sitting there. And make sure we tag these back to 1, because when you copy paste it, it didn't tag it back to 1. Okay, so there you go. Now you see it's all affected by what's around it and everything else. So final test. You come around, you see you can go under, you come up, you can see that everything looks, has the 3D bridge to it and everything. It looks perfectly alright, and it works. And now you still see the error over there I was talking about earlier, that if you see a bridge like that from the side, that it will show you that home error. Okay, but with this bridge, if I walk over here, no error at all. Looks just like a normal bridge, and you can actually walk under. So in some ways this bridge is much better than that one. But if you're looking for a realistic look and you can do that bridge the right way, this bridge can definitely have a better looking effect because it actually has a floor texture. This one you can't add that to. This one you have to deal with these step top planks to have. Okay, so that's a 3D bridge. Now, two more quick things I want to show you, and one is slopes and the other is a swinging door. So to do this, I'm going to go ahead and make a sector off to the side here. That's 256 by 192. Oops, try that again. Alright, and to show you, I'm going to go ahead and make a slope here. Drag that across. And okay, so now we have the sector 64 sector here, and then we got the sector here that is, I'll go ahead and go in 3D mode so you can see this better. You'll see we have the sector here, and then we got a sector here. So what I'm going to do is make this where this slopes up and into this next sector. Okay, or this sector here is going to slope into the next one. So to do that, we'll go ahead and select it, and we'll make little tiny steps. Oops. Oops. Okay, let's try to keep trying to do this. Okay, add these steps in here. And this gets, you can make these even smaller if you want, and then just raise them by 2 as they go up. And we'll do 6, 8, 6, 8. This is 10, 12, 14, and we'll make this last one 16. Well, right now you'll notice that right offhand you'll notice that the slope isn't very much. I mean, it's not much of a slope. But this is just for simplicity's sake. I could even go further and raise it by 4 each time. 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, and then 28, and then lastly 32, and then raises 32. And by doing this, you'll see that it slopes even higher. Okay, so I'll go ahead and raise this so I can get a 128 on this wall here. And trying to set up here to do this, the door now. Which, you know what? We'll go ahead and make that somewhere else. I'll go ahead and Control Z all that. Okay. Alright, and the last thing you'd probably want to do to this is select maybe a green texture, maybe, let's find one. Here you go, right here. Like Zimmer 1 and texture, all the missing textures on there. And it looks like you got a 3D, or like a slope. Not 3D floor, slope, yeah. It goes up into here. Alright, so next, the last thing I want to show you is going to be, and I'm going to go ahead and slide this over to get to it, a swinging door. Now to do this, I'm going to make a 256 by 256 sector here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is go ahead and make another room on the other side of this. And I'll go ahead and do another 256 by 256 sector behind it. And then I'm going to go ahead and add in what's going to be our doors here. Okay. Break the sector here in the middle so you can just basically see that. And what I'm going to do, and it didn't copy the stuff's over. Okay. What I'm going to do is make it, actually I'm going to leave that like that, is raise this sector up to, and I'll go ahead and make, I'll leave it at grass. Raise this sector up so you can see these doors, and I'll make a 128 door on each side of it. Okay, so now you see that door. This door is basically going to swing open, and the way this is done really is by it's like a fake movement of the door. It's just one after another movement. So basically, it's hard to explain. It's better shown than anything. So we'll go ahead, and what we got to do is make a 128 wall or something close to it in a diagonal form away from the thing. So there you go, right there. Let's make it. I can make it 124. That'll be fine for what we're doing right here. And then we'll go ahead and add one more in there, 124. Fix this sector so it's consistent. Okay. And what we're going to do is raise those up as well. Raise those up to the ceiling. Okay, and we're going to paste this door on here, and you'll notice that, and we'll put a metal texture in there. There you go. Okay, now you'll notice that if you look and see it's like this, then you're coming through and the doors are switching. Okay. The doors are slowly, you walk through here, the doors are switching like that, and then on the final thing, they'll be up against the wall. Okay, so hang on a minute and we'll go ahead and 128, and these will be up the whole time though. Oops, I'm gonna go ahead and make one on this side too. 128. Raise this up. Okay, and raise this one up. Okay, and we'll paste the final doors on there. And these ones aren't going to move though. These ones will, but these one won't. And you'll see that you walk through, these open, and then it hits those, and that stays. Alright? Now for the actual mechanics that make it happen. Okay? We'll make two sectors here. And what these sectors are going to do is basically when the player walks over these sectors, it's going to drop the door down to the very bottom of the level. But it's going to do it so fast that the player will not see what happens. So what we want is floor moves to lowest ceiling again. We're going to borrow that from what we just did a minute ago, but it's going to be walk once only. Our floor raised to lowest ceiling, and we'll make that 2, and that's basically going to control this here 2. And the way we're going to do this is to connect it to their own dummy sectors. That way we can actually make it look like it's doing it. So you can see 66, and we'll go ahead and select these and change its lines to 66. Hang on. Yeah, just change the front side to 66. Should be alright. Let me make sure that works right. Yeah, okay. Okay, and oh, hang on this. Let me go right through, redo this. Okay. So basically what we'll do is this. We'll go ahead and make them over to the side here. And this wall is basically going to serve, or this wall here is basically going to serve as a reference point for these sectors, which is not really going to matter because you're not going to see these little in grooves in the walls. But it's something we got to have so that we can say, hey, lower to the lowest ceiling, which is 0, because these are going to be 0. Okay, and that's that one, and one more on this side. Okay, and this it already is 0. Yep. Oh, that's 128. Okay, and we'll make it 0 on both of these, as well as 0 on both of these. Okay. Now what we'll have to do real quick is raise the door back up because we got to fix the walls there. Put a wall there and there. Okay. And we gotta make sure we have all those things textured too, because either that or you get a hom, and we'll go ahead and texture this side as well. Okay, now that we have those textured, I gotta lower this and fix this real quick. Okay, that's good. Put a metal here. And okay, that's not put a metal here. We'll put a thing there. Okay, there we go. Alright, and texture these two sides so it doesn't give you an error when you look at it. Alright, so now we'll go through and it's going to lower to the floor on both of those, and then it's going to, and we'll basically do this by sector 2 and this one, and you can see we already know the thing is 5, so we'll go ahead and come in here and do the same, 5 and 3. And this is basically going to make, this one's going to make the first door go down, this one's going to make the second door go down. Okay, so we'll make this 2, and the last one is going to be 3, and that's these. So there'll be 3, and we could actually go through and bind these sectors if we wanted to. That way, make sure they drop at the same time. In fact, I'll go ahead and do that. Save it, and we'll test it out. Okay, now we've got our bridge, our fake slope, which you didn't probably see in this mode. And last but not least, our 3D or door. Boom, boom, and you see it opens like that. And see, I'm missing a texture. I gotta fix that. But basically, it gives you the idea of how 3D doors work. Now, it went off kind of slow because I put this sector so far apart. Let me fix this real quick so you can. It doesn't show off error here. Let me make sure. Okay, and I don't know why they need a backside texture on these things. Alright. Anyway, to go back to show you what I was talking about, if you walk through here, you'll see you walk past the first line def, doors drop, then you walk past the second, and doors drop down all the way. So with that done, okay, you see I messed up. I need to put the sky textures there. Okay, and you know, you might come into problems like this once and again. You gotta fix them. Fix that. Okay, that's fixed. And I just realized what's wrong with the one door is that this has a sky texture. If this has a sky texture, it's not going to read right. I'll put that texture over it. Okay, so now with that, that's why that was showing the wall there was messed up because of the way the textures were. So, final testing. We'll go ahead and move this closer so we can trigger both at once, and it looks like it actually drops. Okay, so come through here, which was kind of quick. You didn't see it too well, but you can always mess with it and slide these back a bit and redo it. And there we go. We have our fake swinging door. And that's about it for the Vanilla Doom series. Thank you for tuning in. And I'll look at getting the Legacy series online. Alright? Thanks.